All right, so first of all, we need to understand what data cleaning is all about. Because before you go ahead designing a dashboard, you need to have done what? A little bit of, your data needs to be clean. So when we're talking about that a data is clean, because once you get your data, it's in its raw state. So in its raw state means that there are some things that are not properly there. There can be some error there. Error can be a typo error. Maybe they want to spell Irene and the person ended up adding double E in one, and in one Irene, just one E. Now, if you bring it into Excel, Excel is going to treat it differently. So you have to be able to do what to clean that. So these are the common errors you might encounter when working with a data set. So if you're talking about data cleaning is the process of cleaning raw data for analysis by identifying and correcting errors, inconsistency, and inaccuracy. So data cleaning ensures reliable insights, improve decision-making, and enhance the overall efficiency of their data analysis. I always tell people that if there is an error in your data cleaning, you can have a beautiful dashboard that is passing the wrong information. Now, let's take, for instance, here. Maybe in this call now, I don't know how many we have, but we started with Irene, Lade, David, and Moses. And imagine Moses maybe joined on phone, joined with a laptop. It is the same Moses. Now, if they ask me the number of people in this class, instead of me saying four students, I'm saying 5 because I'm saying Moses twice. And during my presentation, they asked me the number of people. I visualize it as 5. Meanwhile, it is 4. Because in my analysis, I did not clean it. So if I've cleaned my data properly, I will be able to know that David joined using what? 2 devices, but it's the same David. Those are the kind of errors you will encounter in what? When working on what? On a data set. So you can encounter what? Missing values. That means you can have some informations as null or NA. These are what? These are missing values. And you need to do what? You need to treat it. These are missing values and you need to do what? You need to treat it. Another thing you can encounter is what? For you to say that your data is clean, it is free from what? Free from error. Now we are talking about typo error or inconsistency. This can be out of what? Human errors. You know, human are typing, they tell you name, you didn't spell it correctly. You want to type pineapple, you went and typed pineapples. Those kind of little errors, mistaking names, mistaking the name of the product, mistaking the name of the brand. You have to treat it. There have to be what? Consistency. Your data has to be correct. Now, before you say that your data is clean, that means your data is free from duplicates. Your data is what? Is free from duplicates. Like I gave an example that when we joined this call, we are just 4 people apart from Abigail and I, we are just 4 people. Now, Moses joined with 2 devices, but it's the same Moses. That is what? That is duplicates. So if you are saying that your data is clean, it means that what? Your data is free from what? Duplicates. Now, another thing again, before you say that your data is clean, you are dealing with what? Irrelevant data only. There are some data sets you will have access to, and you have a lot of columns. You might even be in a situation whereby you have a column that is empty. That particular column, nothing is there. So you have to do what? You have to remove it. You have to work with what? With the relevant data that you are what? You need to what? You need for that what? For the analysis. Now, these are the kind of errors here. They say outlier manage. When we are talking about outlier, we are trying to say that those numbers that are far away from your what? From your normal number. Imagine, let's look at this. This is a student ID column. This is a student's name. This is age. This is GPA. This is classification. Now, I want you all to look at the age column. Can someone tell me what they noticed in the age column? Let's make it interactive. No right or wrong answer. Don't be shy, please. Looking at the age column here, please, I still believe everyone can still see my screen, right?
Yes, we can.
All right, thank you. So looking at the age column, can someone tell me what they noticed?
Notice that there's some numbers that are very high and they're kind of like negative age and also decimal age.
All right, thank you so much for that, Ladi. Thank you. So this is we dealing with what? Outliers. This is an outlier because somebody cannot be age 200 when you're not Methuselah, age 200. So most likely it is a human error that what they wanted to write was what? Was 20. But mistakenly they wrote what? 200. So in this issue, how do you solve it? You can replace 200 with what? 20. Now, this is 2.8. Nobody can be 2.8. I know you people might say 2.8 means maybe 2 years and 8 months. Okay, even if it is 2 years and 8 months, look at what we are dealing with here. We are dealing with a student ID and GP. A 2 years and 8 months child will not have a CGPA. So this might more or less be like they want to write for 28 and 2.8K. Now, this is what this 200, 2.8 minus 22 are what? Outliers. So make sure that when dealing with your data is free from what? From this kind of what? Outliers. Those are numbers that are far away from your original number. Now, look at this one yellow here. Look at this yellow here. These are missing data. These are what? Missing data. And you have to be able to do what? Treat issues like what? Treat issues like it. Now, look at this. This is junior. This is another junior here. Excel will not know that these two juniors are different. That these two juniors are the same thing. Excel is going to treat it as the same thing, as different juniors. We know that this junior, this is the abbreviation. But guess what will happen? Excel will treat this full spelled junior differently. This abbreviated one JR is going to treat it differently. Likewise, the same thing with senior and the abbreviated one XR. So you have to make sure that there is consistency. So you are either replacing this junior with what? With the full spelling here. So you're going to be replacing this abbreviated junior with the full one, depending on what you want, but your data has to be what? Consistent. So once you are saying that a data is clean, it means that that data is free from error. And once that data is free from error, that means that data is ready for what? For analysis and visualization. Please, do you all get that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, we are going to be looking at some business questions. We'll be looking at some business questions here. I've actually gave Abigail Imam some data set that we are to work on. So these are the business questions that we are going to answer. It might look many, but we are going to finish it within due time. So we have how many unique customers made at least one purchase and all of it. I'm going to stop sharing this. Okay. Now, while I wait for you people to download the worksheet and also the material, please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see it.
All right. So this is the data set that we are working on. And at the end of the day, we are going to get a beautiful dashboard from this. Now, what we are given the order ID, the customer ID, the name of the customer, the email of the customer, the phone number, the address. Now, we also have the city, state, zip code, country, age, gender, income, customer segment, date, year, month, September, time, total purchase amount, total amount, product category, product brand, product type, feedback, shipping method, payment method, order status, rating, and products. So we are given this and we are told to answer some questions. So one of the questions is, how many unique customers have made at least one purchase or have record in our data? So they are simply asking us, what is the total customer that we have? Now, the first thing I'm going to do now, this is actually a clean data to some certain point. It's actually a clean data to some certain point, but we need to still remove duplicates. There are some duplicates in this data. Now, the first thing I'm going to do while working on this data is to remove duplicates. Now, me personally, I like to rename my the sheet I'm working on. If you can see from my screen, here is sheet 1. So I can just duplicate it by holding Control, the left key in my mouse, I move this here. So I personally like to keep my original data while I work on the duplicates. So I'm going to rename this data set. If you cannot duplicate it, it's fine. We can just leave it. Just come here, double tap, then you name it whatever you want. I named it what? Data set. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is to put this thing in a table. Moses, you want to say something?
No, I wanted to ask, what was the shortcut key you just used?
Okay, so I hold on the control key, the left key in my mouse, then I just scroll, like move it up, drop it, then it duplicates.
Okay, thank you.
All right, right click, let me delete this. Okay, now we have already have this data set now. The first thing I'm going to do is to put this data in a table format. I can put this data in a table format. Why am I putting this data in a table format? It makes it easy for me. Now, table have some properties that it adds while working with data. Now, if I put this data in a table format, if tomorrow I have to update this data, that means I have some orders that I need to update in this data. Once I update it, it becomes part of this table and I can refresh. Now, let me practically explain what I mean. Watch what will happen here. This is the extreme end here. If I come here and type, let's say this is, let's call this price. Let's call this price. Price. Then I come here and write 1,000. And I leave it this way. This is not part of this. Now, watch what will happen if I put this thing in a table format. Now, how do I put it in a table format? It is very simple. Click anywhere within this sheet. Anywhere within this sheet, anywhere within this file, this cell here. This is the whole file. Anywhere within it, click on it. Control T. Now you're going to have this. Automatically, if you select a cell within your data set, that main data set that you have, if you select a cell within your data set, it's going to pick the entire data set. And this is what we have here. You say, my table has header. I click on what? Okay. Now I have this way. Now, I told you people that tables bring in some what? Properties. Now, let's go back. If I come here now and I type price, enter. Now you can see it here. It has become part of this table. But before it wasn't it. That is one advantage of using what? A table. Control Z for me to go back. Now, the table has given me this filter button. I can click on this drop down arrow and look through my what? My whole data. I can click on the drop down arrow and look through my what? Through my whole data. That is one thing that comes, one property that comes with table. If I select anywhere within my table, now I'm going to see somewhere here, table design. A table tab is being opened. If I click on it, I have some other options or some other things I'm going to do. Now I'm going to use this to remove duplicates. Remember, I told you people that this particular data set has to duplicate. It's clean to some certain level because so that we can be able to do what we want to do fast. It is a clean data. Now, but this data has duplicates. So how am I going to remove it? I am on my table design. I'm going to come here to remove duplicates. Click on it. It's going to give me this pop-up. If I click on OK, now my table has header, yes. Order ID, customer ID, they are all my headers. If I click on OK, now let's see what happens. Now the duplicates, look at it, they say 3 duplicates value found and removed. So, okay. Now we have successfully removed duplicates in this data. What are we talking about by removing duplicate? That means no particular something or no particular information is coming up twice. When I mean no particular information is coming up twice, that means, imagine this other ID in row 2, all the whole information here about Mitchell. I have somewhere in my data that I'm seeing the whole information again about Mitchell. That means the same order ID, the same customer, the same email, the same state, everything is the same thing. That is duplicate. Now, what am I saying here? Just like we have Moses on this call, let's say Moses' name is Moses, let's say Moses David male. And I have another Moses Jackson female. That is not a duplicate. They are different people. But by the time I have on this call, I'm seeing it appearing Moses David male, another Moses David male. That is a duplicate. All right. So please, do you all understand what a duplicate is? What I've done so far, is it clear? Are we on the same page? I need you people to say something.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I don't know. Is anyone trying this out or you don't have access to it yet? The data set. Because I would love if I'm doing at least 1 or 2 people should be doing with me. That will make it more fun. Anyone has it?
I have
We
it,
don't.
but
Okay.
you left me behind. So,
Where did I leave you? Where did I leave you behind?
oh, you had already started by the time I received the data set. So,
Okay, it's fine. I haven't done much. If you have Excel, kindly open it. Once you open it in Excel, just click on Control and T. Okay, that will put it in a table format for you. Come to
Uh,
this design, then you remove duplicates.
sorry, does that work if you use Outlook? Because I'm working online.
Okay. That might be that you might most likely just reference on the recording, but I would love you to follow through so that in case if I do something that is not clear, you can let me know. All right?
Okay.
Thank you. So I'm going to come here and rename this table. Personally, I want to rename this table. I'm going to come here and rename this table. Come to this table name. Then let me just give it order. Let's give it order data. Enter. So I've named this table. Now, what I want to do next is to insert a pivot table. Now, there is something in Excel called pivot table for some people that are new into it. What does pivot table do? Pivot table helps you to summarize your large data sets. Now, looking at this data set, look at this. I have total amount. This is total amount. This is amount. This amount is the same thing, let's say the price. This total purchase can be the quantity. So I'm going to double tap here and edit. Q, let me name it quantity so that it can. Now this amount is price. Double tap, then you edit. So how did they get this total amount? They get this total amount by multiplying the price times quantity will give you the total amount. Now let's say that I want to find out the total amount that was made. I want to summarize this large data set and find out that the total amount was made. The easiest way for me to do that is to use what? Pivot table. If I want to find out which product is selling the highest, look at this. We have different brands here. We have Nike, Samsung, Apple, and the rest. And I want to find out which brand is selling the highest. I use what? Pivot table. So basically, pivot table helps us to do what? Helps us to summarize our large data set. So how do I go about inserting pivot table? It is very simple. Select anywhere within your cell, that is the one you put in a table. Come to insert, click on it. Now, here you're going to see pivot table. You're going to see recommended pivot table. This recommended pivot table is Excel trying to recommend some pivot table. That is trying to summarize your complex data for you. You can look at it. Want us to recommend pivot table that summarize your complex data. Now, this pivot table here allows you to customize it. That is to say, you summarize your data yourself from scratch. You are not hoping on Excel to give you suggestions. So we are going to go through this route. I'm going to select this. I'm going to select this. Now, it brings out this pop-up. Now, with this pop-up, you say choose where you want your pivot reports to be placed. Now you can see it's already picking the other words. Select a table already. It's already picking the other data. Why? Because I inserted my pivot table while selecting a cell within my table. So automatically Excel picks it. Now the next thing I want us to focus is choose where you want your pivot table reports to be placed. Now, new worksheet simply means that I want it somewhere here. An additional worksheet will happen. It is not going to happen in this data set worksheet. Excel will possibly move it to another worksheet. Now, I'm going to leave it at what? New worksheet. I like my work to be very organized, so I'll click here. Now, choose where you want to analyze multiple data. I'm going to click add this data to the data, add this data to data model. I'm going to check it. Now, why am I checking it? I'm checking it because once I check it, this gives me opportunity to write that myself. What is that? Data analysis expression. That means there are some calculations or some functions or formulas I can be able to write by myself. So I'm going to click this and put what? Okay. Now let's see what happens. Okay. Mine is loading. All right. So this is a new worksheet. So this is where I'm going to do all of my analysis, all my business questions. I'm going to answer it here. I will just come to this sheet 4, double tap. I will name it analysis. I'm just doing this because I like my work organized. So I will name it analysis. We have here, this is a pivot table. This is a pivot table. I'm going to come here. Let me write KPI. You might not understand this, but I'm just trying to keep my work as organized as possible.
Sorry, ma'am.
Here.
Is the option for DAX, is it for the recent Excel? Because I can't find that on I'm using a
Yes.
2010 Excel, so
No, you won't
I
see
can't
that.
find it.
You won't see
Okay.
that. Even some functions, you won't see it there. All right. Some functions you won't
All right.
see. You won't see it there.
Okay.
All right. Now this is it here. Okay. Now we have this. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do next now, we are going to start answering the question one after the other. Can someone read out the first question for us? Let's look at it. This is just formatting I'm doing. The first question, can someone read it? Let's look at it.
The first question is, how many unique customers have made at least one purchase or have records in our data?
Okay, so what they are asking us is very, very simple. They are asking us what? The total number of customers that they have. They are asking us what the total number of customers that they have. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to write a dat function. Now, this is what I'm going to do. You can see this is my other table here. I will right click. You will see add measure. Click on it. Now, it's going to bring out this pop-up. It's asking you the measure name. So I can name this, let's say, total customer. I'm going to name this total customer. Total customer. Now, this is where I write my formula. I'm going to use a function called distinct count. And what does distinct count means? Distinct count is simply going to count numbers that are distinct. What do I mean by numbers that are distinct? Now, let's say I have two, permit me to close this. Let's say I have 2, I come here, I have another 2, I come here 3, I come here 4, I come here 4, I come here 5. And I'm looking for the distinct count here. The distinct count here are 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what is this? You can see that 2 appeared twice here, but if I'm using distinct count, it's going to pick one of the 2. You can see 4 appeared twice here. If I'm doing distinct count, it's going to pick one of the 4. So what is happening here? Distinct count is going to count the number once, regardless of the occurrence. If you like, let Moses appear 5 times here, the same Moses is going to count it once. So distinct count is going to count each occurrence once, regardless of how many times they appear. So what am I going to do? I am simply going to count the customer ID once. Regardless of how many times you purchase, I am going to count your ID once. If you come, you buy today and go. Tomorrow again, you come, you buy today and go. I'm going to count you once because we want to find out what the total customer that we have. All right? So I'm going to go back to the process I did. Click on this comes out, right click, measure, then we're going to name this total customer. And I'm going to come here and write distinct count. Look at it here, it has popped up. Now it's asking us the column name. We want to count what the customer ID. So I'm going to select what? Customer ID. Double tap. Shift and 0, I close the bracket. If I want to confirm if this formula is correct, if I click on check that formula, you can see it, this formula has no error. Okay. Now, if I go back here, now, if I scroll through here to the last, I'm seeing total customer now. What are all of these things here? Order ID, customer ID, name, and everything. All of these are the columns that we have in our what? In our data sets. They are all the columns that we have what in our data set. This is what the choose field to report. This is the pivot table report. All the columns we have in our data are what we have here. Now this FX, whenever you see the FX, just know that is the data analysis expression that we wrote. That is the DAT that we wrote. Now, look at this drag field here. I'll quickly run through this drag field. Now, anything you want to put in the what? In the row. Row means you want it to be on this side. You drag it. If you want it on the column, you put it somewhere here, column axis. Now, value are things that you want to calculate. You want to do sum, you want to do average, you want to do count. Those are the things you put here on value. Filter allows you to filter out things. You display the things you want to see and you display the things you don't want to see. Now, this total customer, it is a value. So what will I do? I'm going to drag this total customer that I just created by holding the left key in my mouse and moving it here. Now look at the total customers that we have. I did not have to go through my data set to start calculating customer 1, customer 2, customer 3. No. With pivot table, I've been able to get the total customer that we have. So the next thing I'm going to do is to format this, which is simple. Select the value cell, which is this. Come here in my home tab, add my separator, which is comma. Come here, decrease my decimal place. Now I have this. So we have been able to answer the question of how many customers we have. So we have 86,485 customers. Now we have answered the first question. What I did, is it clear? I'm asking a question. Is it clear, those on the call?
I didn't really get that. Sorry.
You said you didn't have the list.
I didn't get that.
Okay. I'm going to click on edit. Now, we want to get the total number of customers that we have. The total number. That means we want to know how many customers that we have. And remember that customer ID in data, we call it unique value. That means two customers cannot have the same ID. Now, unique values are, let's say your matric
I like last value.
Your matric number is a unique value. Your NIN is a unique value. It is unique because two people cannot have the same NIN number. Two people cannot have it. It is unique to what? To you. Now, customer ID is a unique value. Now, if we want to find the number of customer ID we have, we cannot sum it up. If we want to find out the number of students in university, or let's say we have a department of computer science people, and we want to find out the number of students in the computer science people, we can't come and sum up their number together. We will count them individually. 001, 002, 003, 004, 005, 006. That is what counts. We are counting them. Now, we are dealing with what? A customer ID. And don't push aside the fact that some customers can patronize a particular shop more than once. They will come today, tomorrow they will come again. Now, we are not counting, what we are counting now is the total number of customers. So, even if you come today and you still come tomorrow, we are counting your ID once. If you come today and buy something, tomorrow you come and buy something, we are counting your ID once. So that is why we are using distinct count. Regardless of how many times you come and buy something, we only count your ID once. That is the reason why we are using distinct. Count it once. No matter how many times it appears, count it once. So that is why we are using this function, what? Distinct. Now, what is the column that we want to count? We want to count the customer ID column. We are not counting any column. We want to find out what? In the customer ID column. So what are we telling? We are telling Excel, please come to the customer ID column. If you get to the customer ID column, count every ID you see there. And if you are counting these IDs, we want a distinct count. What are we telling Excel to do? While counting this row, even if they like, let the person order twice. Just count the ID once. Why are you counting the ID once? Because we are told to calculate what? To get how many customers we have. That is what we are told to do. Please, do you all understand this explanation? Leave writing the task. Do you all understand the explanation and why we are using Dixit? Aishat, Moses, do you understand the explanation?
Yes, I understand. I understand.
Okay. Now, we want to do Dixit count. That is what we want to do. I'm going to come here. I'm going to delete this. Let me move this out. Now, I'm going to come to this other ID, right click. Come to add measure. Click on it. Is that going to give me this pop-up? First of all, I have to pick what? My measure name. We are doing total customer. That is the name. And I come here. This has already given me a cost. Whenever you want to write a formula in Excel, for Excel to recognize that you are writing a formula, you have to use equals to. Now we are going to do what? Equals to. Remember, we said the function we are using is Dixit count and why we are using it. So I'm going to just write Dixit. Type it in my keyboard. It comes out Dixit count. I click on it. Now look at it here. Column name. Which column do we want Excel to count? We want Excel to count what? The customer ID column. So I'm going to select customer ID column. Select it. Double tap. Shift and 0 to close the bracket. I can test run this by checking it. Check the that's then. Okay. Now it's going to appear here again. So if I drag this here, the left key in your mouse, drag it, use your mouse to drag it here. I have this. Moses, Aishat, Laide, David, everyone on this call, do we get this now? Do we get this? Are we good? Are we good? I need someone to say.
Yes, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to Control C. I'm going to select this. Use your mouse, select this, just the pivot table. Control C, copy it, come somewhere far, Control V, we paste it. Now, what did I do? I just duplicated what? The pivot table. I'm going to come here, this value, left key in my mouse, drag it out. I don't need it. I just want to have this pivot table field list. Now let's answer the next question. Can someone read out the next question for me? Someone should read the next question. I'm waiting for you. One person should read the next question so that we can proceed. Irene, I thought you were helping us read the question out. Moses, are you with the PowerPoint? Are you with it?
I am
All right.
with it.
Please just read it out. Just read out the second question, please.
What is the total number of orders processed?
So they are asking us the total number of order that was processed. That is what they're asking us. They're asking us the total number of order that was processed. So we need to count the total number of order that was what? That was made. So what will I do? There are two ways to go about it.
You stop sharing your screen.
My screen, I'm still sharing it though. Who else is not seeing my screen?
I can see your screen.
So, like
Okay,
I
I can
think,
see it now.
all right. So we are asked to get the total number of orders processed. There are two ways to go about this, but we are going to go about it the easy way. Now, what will I do? Total number of order processed. So look at the order ID here. In this choose field, look at the order ID. The order ID. So I'm going to drag the order ID to value. Now, If you look at here, it's telling you sum of others ID. We don't want the sum, we want to count the other ID. Remember, I told you people that IDs are what? Unique identification. We can't add it. We can't add matric number. We can't add BVN, but we can count the number of people that have what? BVN. So that's why I'm going to come here, change this from order, click on this drop down arrow. You're going to see value field settings, select it. Then move this from sum to count. Then, okay. Now we have this. This is the total number of orders that was what processed. So I can come here. This is the total number of order that was processed. All right. So I can double tap here, change this to total order. Okay. Now I have this. Why did I do this way? And I used count and I did not use distinct count. Why did I use count? I use count because what we are asked to do is to count the total number. We are not counting the total customer we have. We are counting the total number of orders that was made. So even if you make your order twice, we still need to count it. If you order 3 times, you still need to count it because you are counting the total order that was made. Please, is this clear? Is this clear? Is this clear? Any questions so far before we proceed?
No.
All right. Let me copy and paste. Now I'm going to move this order out to have this. Now the next question says, what is the total revenue generated from all the retail transactions? What is the total revenue generated from all the retail transactions? They are asking us the total amount we made. They are asking us the total amount that we did what? That we made. And it is a simple one to answer, total amount we made. So I'm going to use that to write this. I'm going to show you people how to do this 2 ways. One, I'm going to do it without that. The other one, I'm going to do it with that. So if they ask us the total amount that was made, remember we have the amount column, the total amount column. I'm going to look for it, look at it here. It is a number, so I'm dragging it to value. So I'm going to move it here to value. Now this is the total amount that was made. We are summing up all the amounts. Today 1,000, tomorrow another 1,000, making it 2,000. Next tomorrow another 1,500, making it 3,500. I'm summing it up. This is the total amount. It is what? It has to be in sum. Another way for me to go about this is come to this order data, right click, add measure. I can come here and name this total sales. Then we are asking to find the total amount. Now, the function we are to use is the sum function. What sum function does is it does summation. If somebody is asking you the total money you have been making since this year, that means they want you every day from January, be adding all your sales at the end of the day till you get today, which is 14th of April, give us the total. So total is not count. Count is if you are counting it per day. January 1st, 1, January 2nd, 2. But total sales is telling you the summation of all the amount you made for that day. So we are going to use what? Sum function. So I'm going to come here, write sum. This is the function here, select it. Now, column name. We want to sum up the what? The total amount name. So I'm going to look for the total amount here. Look at the total amount. The total amount is what is here. Or you can simply write what? Total. Look at it, total amount. So I'm going to select it. Shift then 0, you close it. Check it. It's correct. Okay. Now let's know if this calculation we just did is going to give us the same thing. We are going to do if this calculation we just did is going to give us the same thing. So I'm going to copy this pivot. Let me copy this. Let me come and paste it here. Let me move this out. And I'm going to drag this total sales here. Now you can see that this and this is the same thing. This is that. Some people will call it explicit measure. This is the one I got by dragging, which is what an implicit measure. Anyone you want to use, you are getting your answer what? Correct. Please, do we understand? Did you guys get what I did? Are we good? Are we good? Which one is easier for you, to drag and change it or to write your DAT? Okay. All right. We are heading somewhere. Now we are going to do another one. I'm going to copy this. Control C, come here and Control V. I'm going to paste it here. Now I will remove this. Now the next question we want to answer is, what is the total number of completed deliveries in our system? That means, remember we have a column. Now let's go back to the data set. Let's know what we are dealing with. Now this is the order status. We have delivered, pending, processing, and shipped. Now this is what we have. Now the question says, what is the total number of completed deliveries in our system? That means they are asking us, out of the order status that we have, what are the numbers of deliveries that we already have? That means the number of items that has gotten to what? That has gotten safely to their destination. It has been delivered successfully. That is what they are asking us. So I'm going to write this using what? Using that. And I'm going to use a DAT called calculate. What the calculate DAT does is that it allows you to modify to be able to do what? To filter. So with calculate, I can be able to do what? To filter out delivery from the order status column. I can be able to filter out delivery from the order status column. So how do we go about writing it? Come to this order status, order table, right click, add. So I'm going to come here, name it what? We are going to come here and name it. Let's call it delivery order. Let's just give it this. If you like, call it deliver, is fine. Now, I've already told you people that the function we are going to use is the calculate function. It is the calculate function. Now I'm going to write calculate. Once I write it, look at it, evaluate an expression in a context modified by what? Filter. I'm going to select this. Now the first argument says expression. Expression is simply saying, are you doing count? Are you doing sum? Are you doing count row? These things I'm mentioning are Excel functions. So expression is you calling out the function that you want to perform. So what we want to simply do is to tell Excel, come to order status, and if you come to that order status, look through the column and count only the rows that have delivered. That's simply what we are telling Excel to do. Come to the order status, look through the row, those rows that have delivered, pick it. So I'm going to write what? Count. Then the column name I want to count. I want to count what? the other count so we're going to do count the other ID. That is first. Where the other where the status where the other status from so supposed to see this here. Why am I not seeing it? So calculate count the other ID, comma, other status equals to so hold on. Calculate the count. We are counting the other ID. Please give me a minute. I need to find out why this is not showing. Please give me a minute. Okay. Can someone read out the next question for me? I'm going to come back to this. Let me know what is happening, please. Can you hear me? Can someone read out can someone read out question? No, can someone read out question number 8? Let's look at question number 8. Please read out question number 8. I need to find out number 8. Yes.
How many orders have been successfully shipped? Did you get that?
No, let's look at the top 5. The top 5 brands. Can you see that question? Why is this not showing?
What is the ratio of completed deliveries to total orders made? Say top 5.
No, look at the top 5 products. The top 5 brands.
Okay, top 5.
Where is my system?
Okay, which 5 brands are driving the majority of our revenue?
Okay.
You can't see your screen again.
I can't, I'm struggling to open it.
Oh.
All right. Can you see my screen now? We dragged products down to row. Now we are going to drag our total sales down to value. Now what are we having here? We are having all the brands and the amounts they made. All the brands and the amounts they made, that is what we have here. Now they're asking us what? The top 5. So what am I going to do from here? I'm going to come to this row level, click on it. Now come to value filter, come down, top 10. Now I'm going to change this top 10 to top 5. Okay. Now we have what? The top 5 brand. I'm going to off this, I don't need it. Right click, come here, total field, then uncheck this. Okay. Now what we are seeing here is the top 5 brand that are generating what? The highest revenue. If I want to quickly see the one that is doing well, I can select all of this. Under Home tab, come to Conditional Formatting, then click on this. Now, with this, now I'm seeing this green. Pepsi is selling highest. Then Nike is selling what? Nike is selling the lowest. Pepsi is selling highest. Then Nike is selling what? Selling the lowest. All right?
Yes.
I'm going to copy this. I'm going to come here and paste it. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste this here. Now, the next question we want to look at is, which gender generates the highest sales volume? Now, we have 2 gender buying. We have the male, we have the female gender. They are all buying. Now, they are asking us which gender generates the highest revenue. That is what they are asking us here. They want to know the gender that is selling what? Selling the highest. So what am I going to do? Come here. Look for my gender. Look at it. Drag gender to row. Then come here. Drag total sales. Drag it to value. Now looking at this, we already seen that what? That the male are patronizing our products more than what? Than the female. The males are patronizing our products more than the what? Than the female. Now, the next question we want to answer is the one that says what? Is the one that says what? Which customer segment generates the highest sales but has the lowest average rating? The customer segment that generates the highest sales but has the lowest average rating. So we are dealing with what? Customer segment. I'm going to copy this out. Come here, paste it. I'm going to move this out. Move this out. We are dealing with the one that has the what? The highest customer segment. I'm going to drag customer segment here. Now drag the total sales here. Now looking at it, you will notice something. The regular customers are actually patronizing the business more. Are you with me? The regular customers are patronizing the business more. Now they said what? That we should also get the average what? Rating. So what will I do here? I'm going to come here, drag the rating to value. Now I have this. This is doing the sum of the rating, but they say they want to get the rating on an average. I'm going to come here, value field setting, move it towards average. Okay. Now we have this. Let me increase the decimal place so that we know what we are doing. Now we have what? 3. Now let's go back to the data set. Now you can see it. That what we have here is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 seems to be what? 3 seems to be a fair number. 3 seems to be a fair number. It is not that bad. That means on an average, every of the what? Every of the customers are what? Every of the customers are what? Are happy. The rating is average. 3 is a fair number to 5. What I've done so far, is it clear? I'm still going to come back to the other one and look at it. But what I've done so far, how I got this top 5, how I got this female, and also how I come about the customer segment, is this something that is clear to us? Lade, Moses, Irene, is this something that is clear? I'm not getting enough reaction.
Yes.
All right. All right. Now I'm going to copy this. Come here, paste it. I'm going to move this out. Move this out so I can have my blank pivots. Now, what do I want to do next? The next question we want to answer, they're asking us which shipping method is most frequently used by customers. Now, we have a lot of shipping method, but we need to find out, the business wants to find out the one that is most, frequently used by what? Customer. If they find out the one that is most frequently used by customer, that means that is the one the customers like more. So what are we going to do? We are going to look for cheap shipping method. Drag it to row. Now, we are going to drag other IDs to value. Why are we dragging other IDs to value? We are dragging other IDs to value because we want to know all the transactions we are orders that we are made. So among all the orders that we are made, which of the shipping method do they prefer? So I'm going to come to order ID and change it from value to count. Now we are seeing that in all of the shipping method, that the same day method, same day delivery is what most people used, based on the number of order that was placed. We are using count because you are dealing with order. Based on the number of orders that was placed, we can see that the same day what? The same day shipping works best for us. The same day shipping has the what? The highest number. Now, I'm going to copy this. Come here, Control V. I'm going to remove this. Now they are saying what? The next question we want to answer is, which payment method is most popular among the customers? Now there are different payment methods among the customers. Now we want to know which one is more popular. So what do? We are going to get the payment method. Yeah. Now we are going to get what? Total sales. Yeah. Now this is what we have here. Now what are we seeing here? We are seeing that in all of the methods, credit card was most used, while paper was least used. That means many people prefer to use credit card to make payments than cash, than paper. That has been able to do what? To answer the question of that. Now they ask us the next question. What are the season trends in the sales across months? What are the season trends in the sales across months? So I'm going to copy this. Control V, I paste it. Now we are going to move this out. We'll move this out. Then we are going to drag our dates. We are dragging our dates to row. Then we have dragged our dates to row. The next thing we need to drag is the total sales. Now we are seeing that in year 2023, they made this amount. In the year 2024, they made this amount. Now looking at this, there is a plus sign here. If I click on it, it shows the quarter. If I click on it, it's showing me the quarterly trend. But what we are asking us is across the month. We want to see the month trend. So the easiest thing I can do is come back to this row, remove my quarter. Now this is what we'll do. Get the dates here. Open this. Open this. Open the quarter one after the other. Then I have this. Open the quarter one after the other. Then come back here. Remove this. Now this is showing us the whole day in the month of May. We don't want it. That is why I'm closing it. Some of you might not be like this. So I'm just going to close this up. Because I can leave this open if I want to see the daily trend. That is how it is happening daily. I can leave it, but this is what I want to do. So I'm going to leave this here. Now we have this. This is what we have at this point. Please, is this clear? What I've done so far, is it clear? Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Okay. Someone wants to say something. All right. Now I'm going to come here, create a new, I'm going to create a new worksheet. I'm going to create a new worksheet, and I'm going to call it dashboard. So all of these questions we have answered here in the analysis, we are going to move it into this dashboard and work on it and visualize it. That is what we are going to do. So first of all, I'm going to come to my insert, come to illustration, shape, then I'm going to insert a shape. This is going to serve as my background. I'm going to insert this, it's going to serve as my background for my dashboard. I'm going to drag it down. So this is going to serve as my background. Now I'm going to go ahead and format this. I'm going to change the color. Now look at it here. This shape format, come here, move the color, shape view, change the color to this ash. Outline color are this color here. There's a color around it, more or less like border color. I'm going to move it, no outline. So this is what I have. This is the background that I want to use. Now I'm going to insert another shape. I'm going to insert this curved one, drag it this way, then move it this way. I'm going to drag it down. I'm going to show you people the dashboard I want to create. This is it here. I'm going to adjust it to fit. So this part,
Yes.
so this is what we are going to replicate now. So I'm going to stop now so I could share the one I was doing. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to format this color. I'm going to change this color. That is what I'm going to do. I'm going to change this color. Now, select the color, come to shape format, shape view. I'm going for more fill. Now we're going to look at it. I'll edit this to the color that I have. 3F7D58. Okay. Now I have this color. So this is how you format a color in what? In Excel. This is how you format a color in Excel. Now I'm going to insert shapes for my card. Insert shape. I'm using this. I'm going to drag this here. This is a shape for my card. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, another one. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, another one. So I'm going to change the color of this, shape format, view, then I'm going to come to more. So this will allow me to customize it. So this is the color code I'm using. I have this. The outline color is the color beside it. I want no outline color, and I want to add a shadow color. Come here, I'm changing this to another color. I'm using this green one here. So I'm going to put this here. No outline. Effect, we have this. Then we're going to come here, customize the color. I'm going to write another color code, which is EF95965. Then, okay, I have this. No outline. Then I'm going to add shadow. Then I have this. I'm going to insert another shape. Going to insert a shape. Now, this is going to be for my charts. This is going to be for one. I'm going to format it, making it white. I want this white. No outline. Shadow, we have this. Make it a white color, we have this. I'm going to duplicate this, Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, we come down. I have this. Now I'm successfully going to insert my charts here. This is what I'm going to put it. Now, this card, I'm going to put it there. Now, how do I do it? If I want to put this card, I'm going to insert a text box. So inside my text box, I'm going to do what? Insert my card. Now, this is it. Insert. Somewhere here, we have text box. Select the text box, come here. I will have this. So this, I'm going to write total customer. Total customer. Now, if I leave this white background like this, it's going to affect my work. So I'm going to go ahead and format this text. The first thing I'm going to do is come to shape format, put it as no fill, outline color, no outline color. I'm going to drag this. Now I have this. Ctrl+A to select this. I'm going to come to home and make it, format it to what? To white color. Now I have this. I'm going to go ahead, Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V. Drag this down here. So what do I want to do? I want to call out this particular value that I have here. You see this value here? I have to call it out in this chart. So what will I do? I'm going to clean this, backspace. I clean it. Now, once this is here, this is what we call formula bar. I'm going to my formula bar and click on it like I want to type, then equals to. Then come back to my analysis worksheet. Now, this is the cell I want to call out. This cell, I can find it in column A, row 4. These numbers are called rows. The alphabet are called columns. Now, Excel describes a cell by the combination of what? The row and column. So this particular number is found in column A, row 4. If I come here and write A and 4, come here and write column A and 4, enter. Now look at the number here. I have it. I can go ahead and format this, Control A. Make it bold. I can use this, increase the text number. I can change the color to what? To white. Then I have this. I'm going to come back here to this chart, add a $sign. Once I add a $sign, it comes here, it reflects. Do we get that?
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Okay. I'll want to leave it. So let's just leave it. It's total customer, so you don't need to add $sign. But this is how you do it if in case you want to add what? A $sign. Now let's go back to the dashboard. Now we have been able to do this. Now we want to add some icons. Icons are more or less like elements you add to beautify your work. Icons are more or less like elements that you add to beautify your work. So what am I going to do now? I'm going to come back here, come to Insert, Illustration, Icon. Now, Excel has its own icon. There are icons that you can get using other platforms, Icon 8 and the rest, but Excel has its own icon. So I'm using Excel icon. You can only use Excel icon if you're online. So I can come here and type people. Now I have this. I'm dealing with total customer. That is why I just easily type people. So I can do this, then come here, insert. Now we have this. I will reduce this. Shift and the Control key, you reduce the size. Now we have this. I'm going to go ahead and format it. I'll make the color white by coming to this graphic format. I'm seeing the field. I'm going to make this white. Now I have this. Now, just as the way we call that this, we are going to call out what? The total order. So what will I do? I'm going to select this. Control C, Control V, and select this. I put it here. Now, I'm going to call this total order. Now I have total order. Control C, Control V, I select the text box. And I have it here. Now, we want to get what? We want to call out the total order. So once this is here, I come to my formula bar. Equals to, I come to my analysis. Total order, I can find it in column F, row 4. So I'm going to write F and 4, enter. Now I have this here. Just like I formatted, Control A, come here, I increase this to 18. Come here, change the color to white. Make this bold. Now I have this. Now I'm going to insert what? Another icon. So what will I do? Come to insert, illustration, icon. So I'm just going to use any icon that I deem fit, any of the free icon, just install it. Okay, let me just use this. Okay, let me use this. Total order, insert. So I'm going to bring this here, reduce it, format it to change the color to white. You can only format it by selecting the icon, come under the graphic format, you adjust it, all right? Now we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to copy this text box, Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, I copy it, I come and paste it here. Now we are looking at the total sales. So I'm going to write total sales. Now, see Ctrl+V, I have this. I've copied the other. Now we want to get the total sales. So come to my formula bar equals to then come to my analysis worksheet. So what I'm going to do here is this is total under column K, row 4. So I'm going to come to under column K, row 4. So I'm going to write K and 4. Enter. I have this here. Control A, then come over here, make it 18, make it white color, then I'll go ahead and expand this. I have this. I can insert an icon by coming to insert, illustration, icon. I'm going to just pick any icon at random. So let me look for $sign. I'm going to select this, insert. Come here, move it to this, then I have this. All right. Now, what I've done so far, is it clear? What I've done so far, is it clear? Is it clear? Moses, are you here?
Yeah, you did not make the value bold.
Okay, thank you so much. So we make the value bold. So it's uniform. Now we have this. Now I'm going to come back here. Now let's first of all, we need to bring in the total brand. Now I want to visualize this using a column chart or a bar chart. We have to do this visualize this using a column chart or a bar chart. Now, how do I do it? I need to select somewhere within the pivot table. If you select somewhere within the pivot table, you come to insert. Now you're going to see recommended chart. Now, if you click on it, it's going to show you chart options. This is a column chart. This is what a bar chart looks like. For me, I'm going with a column chart. So, okay. Now I have this. This is what I have. Now, this is not arranged properly. So I'm going to go ahead to arrange this and sort this properly. So the first thing I'm going to do is select within the number value, right click, come to sort. I'm sorting from what? Largest to smallest. Now I have this. I'm going to still go ahead and format this what? Format this chart better. This total sales here, product brand here, I'm going to off it. Right click, hit all field buttons on the chart. Okay, they are out, I don't need it. Now this plus icon here, I'm going to click on it. That is my chart element. So it allows me to control some of the things here. I can uncheck my grid line. All of these lines moves out. I can uncheck my legend. The total moves out. Now I have this. I'm going to uncheck my chart title. What is this chart title? This chart title, I'm going to uncheck it because I want to write my title myself. Look at the title is giving me total. I want to write my own title myself. So I'm going to do this here. I'm going to uncheck this. Now for me, I'm going to move out this. You see this value axis? I'm going to move it out. But for me to move it out, I have to be certain that my data label is on top. That means if I'm looking at Pepsi, I'm seeing the amount that Pepsi has generated on top. If I'm looking at Samsung, I'm seeing the amount that Samsung generated on top. So what will I do? I'm going to come here, check my data label. This is what I have. Come here, uncheck this. Now I have this. Now I have this. Now, I don't want any background color, and I want to change the color of this blue. The first thing for me to change the color of this column, which is blue, is tap on one of them, right click in my mouse, and come to this field. I'm going to use this green here. What I did is simple. Tap, right click, come to field, and use this green. Now I want to move this background color. I don't want any background color, so it is quite easy. Right click, chart format, come to this view, you are putting it at no color, it moves. I don't want any border color, no line color. I have this display. So the next thing I'm going to do is Control C, I copy this, come to my dashboard, Control V, I paste it. This is it here. So I'm going to adjust it to fit. I'm going to adjust this to fit. Now I have this. The only thing missing here is the title. So I'll just come here to this customer, just instead of me coming to insert title, I'll just copy this thing, paste it, bring this title here because I need it. Then I'm going to rename this. I'm going to rename this. I'm going to call it let's call it best selling brand. Best selling brand. So because this is our top 5 words, best selling brand. So this is what we have here. Now we have this. Is it clear? Is it clear? Is it clear? All right.
Yes, ma'am, it's clear.
Okay. Now we are going to get now we want to get the male and the female. So I'm going to insert a chart. I'm going to use a pie chart at this moment. Insert. I will use donuts. Okay. Now I have this. This is what I have. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do is check my chart label. Now I'm seeing the total amount for male, I'm seeing the total amount for female, but I want to do more. I also want to add percentage. So come to my data label, come to more option. Come to data label. Now you are seeing it here. We are seeing the percentage of what? Male and female. Look at it here. I can check the value and check the percentage. Now I'm seeing the percentage and the male, but I'm going to uncheck the value. Now what are we seeing here? We are seeing what? The amount for male and the amount for what? For female in terms of percentage. That means 62% of the male patronize us. Okay. I'm going to uncheck the legend, or let's leave it. I'm going to go ahead and off this. Hit all button, come here, uncheck the chart title, then go ahead and format this. First of all, I want to change the color of this. So I'm going to change this color. Change it to green. Change this one to pink. Now we have this. Now we have this. Right click again, format. Now, no fill, no line. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. Ctrl C. Come here. Ctrl V. I'm going to move it. Okay. Now this is what we have. Now we have this. So we are going to go ahead and name this. Copy this. I just need the text box. I don't want to go through the insert. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So we are going to name it Let's call it total sales by gender. This. This is what we have so far. Okay. Now we need to get the other one. We need to find out what the customer segments that patronize us more. So I'll use a column chart for this. Insert, recommend chart. Let's use a bar chart. We have this. Or let's use a column chart. So now if you look at this properly, we are dealing with total sales, we are dealing with average rating. So for me to visualize this perfectly, I am going to use what we call a combo chart. So how do I go about inserting a combo chart? Recommend chart, then come here, we have combo. Now we can select the one we want to be the secondary axis, the one we want to be the primary axis. What am I saying? We want one to appear here. We want another one to appear what? Here. So if I come here and put the line chart, now you can see that my average are here on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side, while my total sales are on the what? Right-hand side. Now the column is representing the total sales. The line chart is representing what? The average. So insert. Now we have this. I'm going to go ahead of this, right click, off all the button. Now come here, uncheck the grid line. Now we have this. Now the next thing I would like to do is for the chart, no color, no line. Let me sort this. Now let me change the color. I want to change this blue. We want to change the blue color to green. I want to change this to pink. Now we have this. Control C, then come here, Control V. Now we paste it. Come here, format this. Of the grid line, of the legends, now I have this. Now we are visualizing what we have done so far. Okay. Now, Control C, come here, Control V. Now we are going to call this customer segments, customer customer segments performance sales versus rating. Now we have this. Change the color of my line to this. Change the color of my line to this. Are we good? Moses, are we good? Are we good?
Yes, we are good, yes.
All right. So, okay. Now let me take this out. Let me visualize let's visualize this. This is the shipping method. So I'm going to use a column chart for this. Now, come here, sort it from largest to lowest so that it will arrange properly. Now, come here, off the buttons, just like the way we have been formatting, chart field off this, we are left with this. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to pink, or let's leave it at the green color that we are using. We have this, then chart label, put it on top. Take this off. Now I have this, no fill, no line. Now we have this. Okay, Control C, Control V. Now we paste it here. Okay, now we have this. We have this. So I'm going to copy this text box here. Control C, Control V, copy it. Come here and paste it. Now I'm going to rename this particular. I'm going to name this. So I'm going to call it order by per shipping method. Order per shipping method. Now we have this. Okay. Let me go ahead and reduce this. So this is just a single dashboard that we have done. This is a single dashboard that we have done. I can just insert an icon here. We are going to use the icon like more or less like a logo. This will stand as a logo for us. This can be here. I'm going to change this to pink color. Then Let's give it a name. I'm going to copy this text box, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, copy it, come over here. I'm going to give it a name. Let's call this trend 5. I'm going to change the front. This enables you to change the front style. So I'm going to change it. Then we have this. So this is more like the logo and the company that we are working for. So I'm going to copy this text box, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Then let's call this over. Let me change the font. So let's call this overview. Now I have. Let me reduce the font. So let's leave it at this. I have this overview. Okay. Now we have this. So I'm going to click on Control A. I select everything here. Come here, and I'm going to group everything. So once I group it, what happens? It becomes like a piece. It doesn't move. It doesn't fall out. This is it here. It doesn't move. It doesn't fall out. That is how you group. But before I do that, I'm going to ungroup and come and do something here. I'm going to insert another text box here and just have something like an executive summary. Just something brief. Come here. Insert this. Now I'm going to call this executive summary. So what I'm going to write, I've jotted it down before. Executive summary. Don't worry, I know we have spent time, but I'll try to see if we could leave here before 7:30 letters. So please bear with me. So I'm going to call this executive summary. I can just come here and type. Let's say this report provides insights. Let's say this report provides insights into customer orders, products, performance, payments, behavior, and customer demographic across products, categories, and brands. So let's leave it at this, something brief. Now I'm going to go ahead and format this. First of all, I'm going to change the color. Control A, come here, change the color, let's say to this. Make it a little bit bold. Now I've successfully changed the color. Now, the next thing I want to do is to change no fill, no line. Now I have this. Now, this is what we have so far. This is what we have. So, Control A, I can now confidently come here. There's some things I will need to add, but more or less, time is already against us. Control A, come and group it again. It becomes group. Yes, it becomes one piece. Now we have this. We have one dashboard already. Now let's go back. Now let's go back to the analysis. There are some questions we skipped. Now, we're already against time, so I'm going to answer those questions using a more easier way. I wanted to use that before, but I'm going to use a more easier way to answer it to avoid any complications. So this is what we are going to do. I'm going to copy this because I want to copy the pivot table. Control, come somewhere and I paste it. So I'm going to move this out. So the questions we didn't answer are the ones that have to do with the delivery and all of it. That is the one we did not answer. We're talking about the delivery. We want to find out the total that was delivered, the ones that was shipped, the ones that was pending, and others. So that is what we want to do. I'm going to use pivots. Come here. This is order. Order status, drag it to row. Now we are seeing the delivered, we are seeing pending, we are seeing processing, we are seeing shipped. Now we need to find out how many was processed and how many was shipped. Now I'm going to drag this here. Change the order status to count. Now, this is telling us that what? This is telling us that 127 were ordered, we are delivered 127,238 delivered. This is pending. 55,655 processing. 63,275 are what? Shipped. So every question regarding the number that you are delivered, the number that you are pending, the number that you are processing, and the number that we are shipped. This is it here. We have been able to answer that question. So if somebody asks you, what are the total numbers of those that are delivered, you can confidently say 127,238 were delivered. How many are pending is 47,741 were pending. How many is currently being processed is 55,655 are currently being 654 are currently being processed, and how many are shipped? 63,275. Now the next question they ask, these are individual questions. Now the question B under it is talking about the ratio. That means they want to know it in terms of percentage. That is what they want to do. They want to know how many that are shipped in terms of percentage. Now see what I'm going to do. I'm going to still drag this order status down to value. Now this is what I'm going to do here. Come down to this one. Click on this drop down arrow. Value field setting. Come to show value as. We are looking at what? Parent calculation. So I'm going to keep this here. Okay. Now we have this. Out of all the deliveries that we are made, 43.29% are currently delivered. 16.28 are currently pending. 18.94 are currently what? Being processed. 21.53 are currently what? Currently shipped. So this has been able to answer the question. Now look at the question we answered here. We have successfully been able to answer the question, what is the total number of completed deliveries in our system? The total number of completed delivery in our system is this. Now, what is the ratio of completed deliveries to the total order made? The ratio is what? 43.29. Now, the other question says, how many customer orders are currently being processed? Now, you can say that 47,741 customers orders are currently being processed. Now, the other question again is, what percentage of our order are still being processed? Look at the percentage of our order that is still being processed, 16.24. The next question said, how many orders have been successfully shipped? We have successfully done what? Shipped what? 63,275 orders. And they said, what percentage of orders have been shipped? Look at the percentage here. Now, for the pending order, how many are currently being processed? We have this being processed, and we have, in terms of percentage, we have what? 18.94. Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Please look through the questions and let me know which other one is being missed. Abigail, are you still here?
Yes, I am.
So please look through the question. Let me know the one that is still being missed. I don't think we are missing any.
I don't think so.
All right. So thank you so much, everyone that made themselves available for today's section. So this is something we have been able to do in few minutes, and we're already against time. I said that I want to leave here by 7:30. So now the assignment I'm going to give to you is something simple. Please replicate this. If you missed a step, watch the YouTube channel, replicate this. Once you replicate this, and if you want to do further, you can duplicate this dashboard, and these little ones we did, you can just put it there. You can use this as this delivery, insert it as card. If you want to do that, is simple. You can write equals to, reference this. This is B. Come here. This is B54. Yes. Now you call out this. So you can confidently put this in a card, then put this beside it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a screenshot of the one I did with Abigail, so you can look at it and do yours. All right. So the assignment is what? Replicate this dashboard that we assigned, but you can take it further. The ones that we are still yet to visualize, you can just visualize it. And I'm going to drop the one I've done. Let me quickly show you the one I've done again. So okay. Now this is the one I did. This is the one I did. Now this is the one I did. So this is what I want you people to, for those that want to take it further, you can do this. For those that want to take it further, you can do this. But the major thing is watch the YouTube videos, because I was working against time. I know I was a little bit fast. So watch the YouTube videos, do it, and to take it further, you can decide to replicate this design, add an icon, do all of this for the next one. All right, we have done this, we have answered this question, we have answered this question. So you can do that, put all of the other ID in a card, look at the percentage here, look at the pounds, look at the percentage here, look at it. So you can just follow this and just replicate it, all right? Any questions so far? Moses, any question?
Yes. Yes, ma, I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, ma, please, as a data analyst, so
Okay.
after doing the dashboard and everything, like
Okay.
this is just to like visualize what
Mhm.
the data set is actually talking about. So but what if they want our own insights? Like they want us to like just advise them on what to do, which area they have to like focus on the rest. So how do we do that? Like how do we give them insights like based on the data we have here currently?
Okay. Okay. So it's quite a very easy one. Like the last section I had, I told them something that as a data analyst, for every project you work on, you're supposed to give your recommendation, your findings, and your insights. So let's say I am to present this to the executive. What will I do? I'm going to properly give an overview of what I did using a PowerPoint. I can tell them my total order is this, my total sales is this, my total this is this. Now I'm going to write my insight. This is where I do like more or less like documenting what I found out. Like let's say for this, let's go back to the data set. Now let's say for this, we have our, now we have that, okay, now let's say for this, we found out that many people prioritize the word same day delivery. Many people prioritize same day delivery over express. Now it might be that maybe because of the express is too expensive. Maybe the express is too expensive that some of our customers cannot get it. So what do? We can decide to reduce it so that more customers can do what? And prioritize using what? The express method. Now we find out from our insight that male are patronizing us more than female. That is our finders. You give them the value because you are dealing with facts. Male is so, female is so. Now, in your recommendation, you can recommend that they might let them maybe run an advert that can appeal more to the female audience, so that we can be able to get some female patronize what we are doing. So as an analyst, there are always room for what? For you to give what? Insight. You are getting your insight from your analysis. That analysis you did, that's where you are getting your insight from. Now, your recommendation is going to be you now as a person, as an analyst. What are the measures you think that if we are able to take these measures, we are going to improve what? The business operations. Moses, do you get that? Your insights are from your visualization, that analysis that you did, those business questions that you answered. Those are where you get your what? Those are what your insight. Your recommendation are ways you can suggest or your own suggestion towards to grow the business at large. Do we get that?
Okay. Yes, I get it.
All right. All right.
Thank
So,
you.
okay. Any question? Any question from anybody else? All right. Thank you so much.